Hello friends, myself Rahane Rahul Kumar Damodar, Assistant Professor in SVNST College of B Pharmacy, Sri Shivaji Nagar. Today we will discuss on anatomy of the skin and hair. So, content of the skins are millions of cells, intricate network of blood vessel nerves, pores for sebaceous, pores for sweat glands, nerves ending to record pain, sensory cells at the end of nerve fibers. So, layers of the skin contains epidermis, dermis, and fat cells. So, epidermis protects the delicate tissues of the body from injury. It made of soft keratin and protein. Soft keratin is found in the epidermis as flattened cells or dry scales. Epidermis contains no blood vessels but has many small nerve endings. Dispute over how many layers in epidermis between 4 to 6. Bottom layer are sometimes classified together known as basal layer. For our purpose, there are 4 main layers of epidermis. Dermis, made of collagen and elastin, means protein fibers, gives skin strength from flexibility. Blood vessels, fat cells, oil, and sweat glands held together by collagen. Thickest layer of connective tissues binds epidermis to subcutaneous tissue. Network of nerves, blood, and lymph vessels provide nutrition to itself and epidermis. Vital function of skin composed of sweat and oil glands, blood and lymph vessels, nerve fibers, sensory receptors, and hair follicles. Arrector pili muscles, tiny muscles, generates heat when body is cold, contacts causing hair to stand up straight on skin. Dermis having their two layers. First, papillary layer means superficial layer. Lies directly beneath epidermis, houses nerves endings that provides body with sense to touch, pain, heat, cold, pressure, etc. Contains papillae, small cone-shaped projections of elastic tissues that point upward. Papillae contains loop capillaries or nerve fibers endings. Second layer, that one is your reticular layer, means deeper layer. Contains fat cells, blood and lymph vessels, oils, and sweat glands, hair follicles, arrector pili muscles. Next one, subcutaneous tissues. Fatty layers attached dermis to underlying structures, also called adipose or subcutaneous tissues, composed of adipose and connective tissues, serve as shock absorbers for vital organs, stores energy, varies in thickness according to age, sex, general health of individual. It gives smoothness counter to body, contains fats for us, use as energy, heat insulators. Or circulation is maintained by network of arteries and lymphatics. Now, reflection spot. Question is, what are the different layers of the skin and what it contains? Okay. Biology of hair. Hair is composed of the protein keratin, which is also the primary components of fingers and toenails. Hair is produced from a structure called as hair follicle. Humans develop hair follicles during fetal development, and no few follicles are produced after birth. Hair color is mostly the result of pigments, which are chemical compounds that reflect certain wavelengths of visible light. Hair shape and texture is influenced heavily by genes. The physical appearance of hair can be affected by nutritional status and intentional alteration. The body area from which a hair originated can be determined by the sample's length, shape, size, color, and other physical characteristics. In order to test hair evidence for DNA, the root must be present. Now, hair structure. Hair is composed of three principal parts. First one, cuticle, then cortex and medulla. Cuticle means outer coating composed of overlapping scales. Cortex, protein rich structure around the medulla that contains pigment. And last one, medulla, that one is central core. It may be present or absent. Now, in an example, the structure of hair has been composed of that of a pencil, with the medulla being the lead, the cortex being the wood, and the cuticle being the paint of the outside. Now, hair structure. In that first, cuticles. The cuticles varies in its scales, its thickness, and pigments. Now, characteristics of the cuticle may be important in distinguishing between hairs of different species, but are often not useful in distinguishing between different people. Next one is cortex. cortex varies in thickness, texture, and color. Distribution of the cortex is perhaps the most important component in determining from which individual a human hair may have come. Microscopic examination can also reveal the condition and shape of the root and tip. Next one is your medulla. The medulla may vary in thickness, continuity, opacity. It may also be absent in some species. Like the cuticles, the medulla can be important for distinguishing between hairs of different species, but often does not lend much important information to the differentiation between hairs from different people. Okay, thank you for your interest.